I'm Seth Forwood, Senior Director of Fort Collins Rescue Mission and Harvest Farm, and I want to address the Church of Northern Colorado. I'm sure some of you are staying home, whether you're working from home or recently unemployed. I'm sure all of us have been afraid at one point or another in these last several weeks. And God does call us into fearful times. Elizabeth Elliot said, "Sometimes the fear doesn't subside, and one must choose to do it afraid." And I think that describes my staff recently. They have families at home, they have health concerns, they have the same feelings as they're going shopping as you all do. And yet they choose to come into our shelters and our programs. They choose to do that because there needs to be food on plates for hungry people still. There needs to be beds for people who have nowhere to go tonight. There needs to be people who bring kindness and caring and hope onto the streets of Northern Colorado for those people who need hope the most. And yet it can be hard, and I'm asking if you would think about encouraging us as staff. Your families, your churches, you yourself. It could be as simple as writing encouraging notes with your children to send to us. It could be sending us coffee or a meal. It could be donating food that could be stored into sack lunches, or just contributing financially. Really, any gifts that you have would be a blessing to us. Just recently, we've had more people who are sick, and when they need medical attention, we call an ambulance for them, and the EMTs wouldn't come into our facilities to gather up these individuals. And staff were using office chairs to get them to the exits so that they can get in the ambulance. And I reached out to a couple of churches, and I got an incredible response immediately. And Faith Church and Timberline Church and another private donor donated wheelchairs for us to use, which made all the difference in the world for those sick guests, for the staff that are trying desperately to serve them as best they can. And so thank you for that contribution. As we meet Christ in the individuals that we see on the streets of Northern Colorado, I also am hopeful and excited to see how the church can be the body of Christ. We're one body, and we show that in our unity and by our love.